My name is Joy Cheriel Brown, and this is my speech for Speaker Slam. It's called Making an Impact Despite Mental Illness. I had my first psychotic episode at the age of 18. And yes, I say my because I own it. I don't lie about my mental illness, I defy it. At the time, I was so completely out of my mind that I could not distinguish reality from what was in my head and some of the beliefs I had from stories from being one of Jehovah's Witnesses. My mother's name is Mary, my dad's name is Joe, my initials are JC, and I thought that I was both Eve and Jesus Christ. I lost everlasting life for mankind as Eve, but I was able to get it back because I was also Jesus. I was hospitalized for 5 days and was not permitted to be discharged until I came to the realization on my own that my thoughts were delusional. I owe my return to reality to medication. It wasn't until 2005 that I was hospitalized for the second psychotic episode on the same day as college graduation, which I had already planned to skip because I had a plane ticket bought for Los Angeles to start my life as a filmmaker. See, I started writing screenplays at the age of 10, and it was my lifelong dream to produce the screenplays that I wrote myself. But after a second psychotic episode and a diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type, my mother convinced me to stay in Maryland, in the Washington, D.C. metro area, some 3,000 miles away from the center of filmmaking at the time. There were 6 years in between the first and second psychotic episodes. And after that first one, they kept telling me that the reason for going psychotic was stress. But what was I stressed about? I was just simply living my life. After that second psychotic episode, I really had to examine my life and ask myself, are you being true to yourself? I was born to a Jehovah's Witness family, but by the age of 24 and after the second psychotic episode, I really had to ask myself if my personal beliefs and values aligned with that of Jehovah's Witnesses, and the answer was no, they did not. A huge part of what was stressing me out was not being true to myself on a subconscious level. Now, as a hypnotherapist, as well as a filmmaker and author, I know that what is in your subconscious mind completely affects your reality. And if I was subconsciously miserable, there was no way I would be able to accomplish my goal of changing the world through my films and writing. It took me 5 more years to get the opportunity and the courage to leave the Jehovah's Witness religion. I have had 5 psychotic episodes in my lifetime, 4 of them resulting in hospitalizations. And after that first one, I vowed that if I ever figured out if I could be normal and accomplish my dreams, that I would make a movie about it. I started my production company, Third Person Omniscient Productions, which aims to shed light on the meaning of life and raise the collective consciousness, in 2012. And I made the short film NOS, which is based on my first hospitalization for schizoaffective disorder, bipolar type, in 2017. Since then, I have been speaking about my experience and showing my film, which has had a powerful impact to so many going through a similar situation. When I was as young as 10 years old, I realized that movies had the power to change the world. Because laws do not change hearts, stories do. And it is my mission in life to help as many people as possible to realize that they can have the life of their dreams through watching the stories that I tell through my movies. Having a psychotic episode did not prevent me from accomplishing my dreams as I had originally feared. No, it fueled my dreams and gave me even more of a purpose.